Ladies and gentlemen, we're looking at graphing using intercepts. An x-intercept of a graph in the x-coordinate of a point where the graph crosses the x-axis. A y-intercept of a graph is the y-coordinate of a point where the graph crosses the y-axis. Example 1, we're going to find the x and y intercepts of an equation. When something crosses the x-axis, the y value is what? 0. Okay, so we're going to plug this in. We're going to find out what x is when y is 0.
Okay, wait.
We're going to find out what x is when y is 0. Because when you graph it, it's where x, where y crosses the x-axis, so y would have to be 0. Right? Because let me draw a picture. So we've got a graph, right? I want to know what the x-intercept is where it crosses the x-axis. So what is y when it crosses the x-axis? What is x when it crosses the y-axis? X would be 0. Okay? So first we're going to find the x-intercept, and then we'll find the y-intercept. And to do this, you plug 0 into the other letter. Okay? 7 times 0 gives us 0, so we get 2x equals 28. Divide by 2, and the x-intercept equals 14. Okay? Now we're going to find the y-intercept. So if I want to find the y-intercept, where do I plug 0 in? So I get 2 times 0 plus 7y equals 28. So 2 times 0 is 0, so I get 7y equals 28. I'm going to divide by 7, so y is going to equal 4. Good. Anybody have any questions about that? You're confused, Jason? Okay. So I'm going to explain it again, Jason. If you're still lost, let me know, and I'll try to explain it a different way. Please stop talking while I'm talking. It needs to be done.
Oh, so you took a boat?
So the first thing I do, Jason, is I'm trying to figure out where it crosses the x-axis, right? Where it crosses the x-axis. Stop talking. So I'm going to plug in 0 for y to figure out where it crosses the x-axis. So 0 times 7 gives me 0. So I get 2x equals 28. I divide by 2 and I get x equals 14. That means when I'm graphing it, I go over to 14 for the x-axis and I put a dot right there because y gives me 0. And then for y, I plug in 0 for x and I find out that y is 4. That means when I go up 1, 2, 3, 4, my graph looks like this. Does that make sense? When you plug in 0 for y, you find where the graph crosses x. When you plug in 0 for x, you find where the graph crosses for y. Okay? Let's try another one. We're going to find the x and y intercepts, and then we will graph it. So, hold on, my computer's a little funky. Okay, so we are looking at example 2. We are going to find the x and y intercepts, and then we are going to graph it. Is everybody with me?
Yeah.
We're all on example 2?
Yeah.
Okay, so what is the first thing you want to find? You want to find the x-intercept or the y? X. Okay, if we want to find the x-intercept, we're going to plug in a 0 for y.
X.
Okay? Yes. X equals 4. So that's our x-intercept. Now to find the y-intercept, we're going to plug in a 0 for x. We get 2y equals 4. Divide by 2. We get y equals 2. So now I'm going to make a graph. Here's my y-axis, and I'm going to make sure I label it. Here's my x-axis. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, negative 4. 1, 2, 3, negative 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Now I'm going to graph the to make a dot at x is 4, y is 0. And then I'm going to make a dot at y is 2, x is 0. And then I'm just going to connect them. And I've made my graph. Anybody have questions about how to do this? We feel good? Okay, now for the next one. I don't have a graph up here, but you have one on your paper. And it looks like something like this. Okay. Can you tell me what the x and the y intercepts are? Yes, Kyle. What is x? And y is? -1. So pretty easy? Yes? Any questions? Okay, let's get out our writing.